Alright bro, we're gonna get straight to the point of this video. In this video, we're gonna go ahead and talk about the 4 habits that you need to abandon right fucking now. So, number 1, you need to stop overplaying your part. What do I mean by that? Stop going hard for people that aren't going hard for you. Stop pouring into people that aren't pouring into you. Reason why you want to do this is because not only are you going to buy back your energy that you can therefore not only invest back into yourself, but you can actually invest into people worth investing to, but you're gonna give yourself more peace, but more importantly, you're gonna save yourself a lot of stress and a lot of heartache and a lot of frustration in your life. Because growing up, even to this very day, as I'm recording this video, I realized that a lot of the friendships and relationships that I've had throughout my life, I've always been the person that made the plans, that checked in on everybody, that called everybody, that basically made the effort to not only make that person feel loved, but to keep that person in my life. Only for me to realize that that person may not feel or do the exact same thing for me. And for years, bro, I was frustrated with that. And so what I've done, and I would say the last few years, is I stopped pouring so much of myself into people that weren't necessarily pouring into me. And that doesn't mean that you should become bitter, cold, and you should just go isolate yourself. You just got to learn to draw boundaries with people for yourself. And so you can save yourself the time, the energy, and the stress. And so what I recommend you do moving forward is, if you've noticed in your life that you always are the person to call somebody, to reach out to somebody, to make plans with somebody, or you're always like the go-to person for certain things, but then you look back at, let's say, your history with that person and you notice this person hasn't necessarily, for maybe a long period of time, hasn't cared enough to do some of those things for you, then maybe in their life, bro, you should stop overplaying your part and start meeting people exactly where they meet you at. Because why would you walk 10 miles for somebody that wouldn't even walk 1 mile for you? Habit number 2 that you need to abandon right now, bro, is driven avoidance. All that necessarily means is you're basically putting off the stuff that you know needs to be done for stuff that doesn't necessarily have the most level of importance in your life, and that probably more than not give the least ROI in your life. Like, you're basically confusing being productive with being busy. Like, you're being busy instead of being productive. And one prime example of that in my life is when it comes to creating content here on YouTube. For most of, I would say, the last couple of years, recording content and sometimes editing was something that I would always put off. Like, I literally would have the video idea and like somewhat of like a skeleton of a script laid out like in the moment, but when it came to me turning on the camera, or even when I was done recording a video and when it came to me trying to edit the video right away, I would literally put that shit off for like other stuff, whether it be to clean my room, to go out with my friends, or to go out on dates, or whatever the case may be. I was basically trying to literally avoid doing the thing that needs to be done, which is creating this content and helping you guys for stuff that isn't necessarily the most important thing in my life. And with you doing that, oftentimes you are procrastinating. And as we all know, procrastination is the cost for the life that you could have lived sooner. So it's like, the faster you stop avoiding what needs to be done and the faster you get the things that are needed to be done done, the faster you will be able to live whatever life that you've always wanted to live. So if you haven't already, bro, I know you're not lazy, but you need to stop doing a bunch of other things and stop avoiding what you know deep down what needs to be done. So go get what needs to be done, okay? Habit number 3 that you need to abandon is you need to stop saying yes to everything. This is something that I've been very, very guilty of for a very long time. And the reason why I was like this growing up is because oftentimes when I would tell somebody no, I would always feel bad when people would try to make plans with me, people invite me out to things, or if there's certain things deep down I knew I didn't want to do but somebody else wanted to do it. Oftentimes I would say yes, only for me to come back home or for me to think about it afterwards, after it's all said and done. Do I realize that I never wanted to do that shit in the first place? But more importantly, number 2, I started to slowly disrespect myself in the entire process. Only for me to realize as well, that person or that thing that I said yes to, they don't really give a fuck in that moment about how I feel. And so if you want people to give a fuck about you, you have to first start giving a fuck about yourself. And sometimes what you're gonna have to do, especially if you're somebody out there that has goals and has ambitions and dreams that they want to accomplish and fulfill, you're gonna have to say no to a lot of things. Like back in 2021, when I got super fucking shredded, that was probably the time of my life where I really learned to say no. And it was during that process did I realize that number 1, it's okay to say no, but number 2, I realized the power in saying no. Because the fact that I said no to going out to drinking with my friends, the fact that I said no to going out and cheating on my diet, the fact that I said no to not being up late and getting my sleep, as a result, during that season of my life, I got fucking diced to the fucking bone, bro. And by the end of that, I was never happier. And it was in that moment that I realized I don't have to say yes to everything. Because I'm pretty sure in your own life, when you've tried to make plans with people or you try to do things with people or try to do something, whatever it is, people didn't always say yes to you. So it's like, don't feel bad if you don't also say yes to everything that somebody else wants you to do. So stop saying yes to everything and learn to say no. The 4th and final habit that I need you to abandon right now is I need you to stop waiting to live your life. Like, stop waiting for somebody to come into your life or waiting for a perfect moment or a perfect opportunity or a good time in your life for you to make the effort to do whatever it is that you've always wanted to do. Because to be quite honest with you, bro, no matter how good or bad life gets, you're always gonna have something going on. And so if you keep waiting for you to want to finally get in shape, for you to want to travel, for you to want to get your motorcycle license, or for you to get tatted, whatever it is, if you constantly keep waiting to do those things, you're going to be waiting your whole fucking life. And you're gonna look back and realize that your entire life passed you by and that you've never had the time to do the things you've always wanted to do. You had to make the time to do the things that you've always wanted to do. And so after you're done watching this video, bro, if there's something that you've been putting off that you've always wanted to do, don't wait any longer. Don't wait for another moment and go out there and fucking do it. Because at the end of the day, as corny as it sounds, you don't know if tomorrow you're going to wake up. Hell, you don't even know if you'll be alive in the next couple of fucking hours. So whatever it is that you want to do, go fucking do it, and don't wait for the perfect opportunity to do it or the perfect time. But more importantly, don't wait for fucking nobody for you to be able to give yourself the permission to want to go out and do those things. Go do it, even if you have to do it fucking by yourself. That's the 4 habits that I want you to abandon right now, bro. And the reason why I want you to abandon these habits is because of somebody that's been slowly learning to do all of these things and leave these things behind in my past. I've noticed that as my life goes on, I'm starting to slowly live a more fulfilling and happy life. And I want you to do the same, because we only get one shot at this. So if there is something that you've always wanted to do, or you want to go about your life in a certain way, then just fucking do it. Because at the end of the day, nobody else is going to have to live with the decisions that you make for your life, because they're already focused on themselves and living their lives. So you should be focused on living yours. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on my post notice bell so you never miss out on any of my future video uploads. And other than that, I'll catch you in my next video, bro. Peace.